You wake up at 5 a.m. You meditate. You journal. You optimize every hour, every minute, every second of your day. And yet somehow, at the end of it all, you still feel behind. You still feel like you're not doing enough. Like everyone else has figured out something you haven't. Here's the truth they don't want you to know: that feeling isn't a bug. It's a feature. The entire productivity industry, worth over $13 billion annually, isn't designed to make you productive. It's designed to make you feel perpetually inadequate, so you keep buying, keep consuming, keep chasing. Today, we expose the lie you've been sold your entire life. The modern obsession with productivity didn't emerge naturally. It was manufactured. In the early 1900s, a man named Frederick Taylor walked into factories with a stopwatch and a radical idea: humans could be optimized like machines. He called it scientific management. Workers were timed, measured, and pushed to their absolute limits. Those who couldn't keep up were replaced. This wasn't about human potential. It was about extraction. Maximum output for minimum cost. And here's what they don't teach you in business school: Taylor's methods led to widespread worker exhaustion, injuries, and even deaths. His system was so brutal that it was eventually investigated by Congress. But the philosophy survived. It evolved. It put on a friendly face. Today, you don't have a factory foreman with a stopwatch standing over your shoulder. Instead, you have apps that track your screen time. Courses that promise to unlock your hidden potential. Influencers telling you that if you're not waking up at 4 a.m., you're falling behind. The language changed. The extraction didn't. The average American worker is now producing 70% more than they did in 1979. But wages have remained essentially flat. Where did all that extra productivity go? Not to you. The productivity revolution made someone rich. It just wasn't the people doing the actual work. And yet, we blame ourselves. We buy another planner. Download another app. Read another book about habits. Convinced that we're the problem. That if we just tried harder, optimized better, hustled more, we'd finally feel successful. This is the first lie: that productivity is a personal failing rather than a systemic design. Let's examine what the productivity industry doesn't want you to understand. The human brain cannot sustain focus for 8 consecutive hours. Every neuroscience study confirms this. Peak cognitive performance occurs in cycles of roughly 90 minutes, followed by necessary periods of rest. Yet the 8-hour workday persists. Not because it's effective, but because it's controllable. Historical research reveals something fascinating: medieval peasants, often portrayed as endlessly toiling, actually worked fewer hours annually than the modern office employee. They had more holidays, longer breaks, and seasons of genuine rest. The relentless work schedule isn't ancient wisdom. It's industrial invention. Now examine the productivity gurus themselves. Behind the morning routines and habit stacks lies an uncomfortable pattern. Many of the most celebrated productivity experts have teams of assistants, ghostwriters, and staff handling their actual workload. They're not productive in the way they're teaching you to be. They've simply outsourced their labor while selling you the illusion that individual optimization is the answer. The apps designed to make you productive are engineered using the same psychological triggers as social media addiction. Variable reward schedules. Achievement badges. Street counters that create anxiety when broken. You're not using productivity tools. Productivity tools are using you. There's a concept called the productivity paradox that economists have struggled to explain. Despite revolutionary advances in technology and methodology, overall productivity growth has actually slowed since the 1970s. We have more tools than ever, yet we're not meaningfully more productive. Why? Because the tools aren't designed to complete your work. They're designed to create more work. Every efficiency creates new expectations. Every saved hour generates new demands. The goalpost doesn't just move. It's designed to move. Consider email. It was supposed to save time. Instead, the average professional now spends nearly 30% of their workday managing their inbox. The tool created its own workload. The same pattern repeats with every productivity innovation. Faster communication means more communication expected. Better project management means more projects assigned. The system expands to consume whatever efficiency you create. This is the second lie, that working smarter will give you your time back. It won't. The time saved will simply be filled with additional obligations. Here's where it gets darker. The burnout you feel isn't a personal failure. It's economically profitable for certain industries. Pharmaceutical companies generate billions from medications treating anxiety, depression, and sleep disorders, conditions dramatically worsened by chronic overwork. The wellness industry profits from selling you recovery from the exhaustion the productivity industry created. Coffee, energy drinks, meditation apps, weekend retreats. An entire economy exists to help you recover enough to keep producing. You're not a person in this system. You're a resource to be managed, depleted, and minimally maintained. The most successful people in history understood something the productivity industry desperately hides: rest is not the opposite of productivity. It is the source of it. Charles Darwin worked approximately 4 hours per day. The rest of his time was spent walking, napping, and thinking. He produced one of the most revolutionary scientific theories in human history. Nobel Prize-winning economists, groundbreaking authors, and legendary artists throughout history share a common pattern: intense, focused work in short bursts, followed by significant periods of deliberate rest. The 4-hour workday isn't laziness. It's historically proven methodology. But you'll never see this in mainstream productivity content. Because you can't sell a book that tells people to do less. You can't build a coaching empire on the advice to simply stop trying so hard. The industry requires your inadequacy to exist. There's another hidden truth: much of what we call productivity is actually just performance. Studies show that in many knowledge work environments, people spend significant portions of their day appearing busy rather than accomplishing meaningful work. Sending unnecessary emails. Scheduling meetings that could be messages. Creating elaborate systems to organize tasks that could simply be done. We've confused motion with progress. And the system rewards the performance of productivity over actual results. The question you should be asking isn't how do I become more productive? It's productive for whom? When you optimize your personal output, who actually benefits from that increased production? If the answer isn't primarily you, then you're not building your life. You're building someone else's. The productivity lie persists because it serves powerful interests. It transforms systemic problems into personal failures. It keeps you buying solutions to manufactured inadequacy. It convinces you that you're never enough, so you never stop to question who's benefiting from your exhaustion. Real productivity isn't about doing more. It's about understanding what actually matters and having the courage to ignore everything else. The system wants you optimized. The question is, optimized for what? If you're ready to see beyond the systems that shape your reality, subscribe to Beyond the System. The truth is rarely comfortable. But it's always worth knowing.